Well, now we got to restart because we interrupted you.
Hello. Are we running in sound?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know if there were being an introduction or stuff. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the actual play of Branch Riders, an exciting narrative-driven, genre-hopping role-playing game co-developed by the Bodana Group and Onyx Publishing. I am Jack Berkenstock. I am the project lead, one of the designers of Branch Riders. I'm also executive director of the Bodana Group. So for therapy, education, and skill building. So yeah, we've taken this hobby and we've helped people grow and change as a result of it. So we are raising funds for a special project to train local nonprofits in integrating board games into their programs. So if you see the very here and there, just go to our website, find out all about that kind of good stuff, and I'll have plenty of plugs as we go through. So that is me and all my deeds. Who would want to go next and tell the fine folks who you are and all your deeds? Oh, and I am he, him pronouns, and I am known as Bodana Jack in many different circles.
All right. Well, if nobody else is going, hi everybody. I'm Bailey. I use any and all pronouns. Just don't call me late for dinner. You can find me at the.flexferguson on TikTok and Instagram. But really, all you're gonna find there is the place that you're gonna actually want to watch me, which is at the Tales of Pantheon's Twitch TV channel in the parallel campaign Saints and Sinners, run by our very own. If you would like to take it away.
Hi, I'm Ember. Yes, as Bailey so wonderfully introduced me, I am the story guide for the Saints and Sinners campaign on Tales of Pantheons, but excited to be playing Branch Riders today, something a little bit different, yes. You can find me at Keepachan Cosplay on Instagram, and also on the Tales of Pantheons channel. So that's me.
Hi, I'm Mike. He, him. I'm kind of new to the streaming thing. I ran a adventure campaign for a couple months over on the Onyx Path Twitch, and just ran a Trinity Continuum core game, and now I'm excited to play Branch Riders.
All right, so it is the first time for all of you in Branch Riders, correct? So,
Yes.
much like Julia Child, ask your grandparents. We took the liberty of making characters beforehand, so we could jump kind of right into the action. So if you are not familiar, and you can definitely go at any time to www.branchriders.com. It will give you all the info that you need for the game. It will also give you links to go to the Drive-Thru RPG website so you can purchase print-on-demand or PDF copies of Branch Riders, our unique condition cards damage mechanic, as well as our exposure tracker, which we'll explain in a couple seconds. So in Branch Riders, all of our players are going to be taking on the role of the titular Branch Rider. You have been plucked, chosen, if you will, selected from one of 8 different genre-based realms. These realms are separated by a magical barrier that we call the curtain, and the point of the curtain is so we can separate these realms so that the enemy of the blight, or the enemy of our game, the blight, cannot link up with itself in the alternate realms. So as a result, your mission is secret, kind of like a, take only photographs, leave only fingerprints kind of deal. And basically, you are sent back into the realms to find out what the nature of whatever the blight emergency is, solve the problem, get back home in time for dinner. See, I already thought of you there, Bailey. And that is the basic mission of a branch rider. It is a very simple 3-die pool mechanic. We'll kind of explain it kind of as we go, as well as things like our exposure tracker, which is a very cool mechanic indeed. So, First things first, all of the players ahead of time utilize the online deck of player safety, which is a strong recommend for my part. If you appreciate consent-based gaming the way that I do, it's basically a way that folks can anonymously offer to their game master what things they do not want in their session. So thank you all for submitting all of your entries to that. They have all been taken into account for tonight's adventure. However, I believe in double consent packaging, so we will also be using a consent mechanic called script change. Now, the basics are script change is an active safety tool mechanic where we use basically VCR or remote control buttons. So at any point, if a scene is too much and you want to go past this part, like in Spaceballs, you could just use the fast forward button. If you kind of said something the wrong way, or maybe there's a like, whoa, you dropped a lot of lore, dude, like back up, you can use a rewind button. At any point, if there are any issues or concerns that have come up during the game, you could hit pause. Then we will later hit resume after we are ready to go back. Bear in mind there is no stop button in the script change panel because the game goes on. Additionally, there's an instant replay in case something really cool and epic happened. We could even do multiple camera angles if you want. And then at the end, we're going to use a part of script change that is going to basically allow you to give highlight and spotlight reels so you can talk about, or we'll talk about, some favorite moments that you had from the game and some cool stuff that your cooperative players did. So that again is script change. You can get that on itch.io, itch.io for whatever you would like to pay. It's designed by a very good friend of mine named Bo Yeager Sheldon. They upkeep the tool regularly. It's fantastic. If again you enjoy consent, and it's much better than an X card. So, does anybody have any questions before we get started? And please, folks, suggestions in the chat are more than welcome. We hope you enjoy the show this evening. And yeah, any questions from any of y'all?
Nope, just excited.
All right.
No.
Fantastic. So, our Branch Riders adventure will start with you all just hanging out in the base that we call the Nexus. The Nexus is your home away from home. It is the place that you were trained as a branch rider. It is where everyone lives, they work, they shop, they eat dinner, spend time with their friends. It's kind of like a college town, right? Everything that you need is contained within this. And it is kind of a place that is separate from all the different time streams of the realm. Each realm, as a result of its genre, has a different timeline that it operates on. We have a fantasy realm, we have a superhero realm, we have all kinds of cool realms. So what I want to kind of do is
So I think Rauschenberg is gonna take his time he's gonna sort his teas and try to arrange them in a nice, aesthetically pleasing fashion. It's got these. I think it's Rodent Chai is his favorite one. Yeah, exactly. Of course. Yeah. All right. Let me see if I can fix this. 1 second.
That's kind of the folks.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, are we only getting
Am I only
one
coming?
person's audio? Possibly.
It's
It might be
probably only
you.
me.
Yeah, I'm only hearing you. I have it up on my phone right
Okay.
now.
All right.
All right.
I heard Jack for 1 second.
Okay. Check. So check. Am I still not coming through?
Okay, I think I'm hearing everyone now.
Check.
All right. Hello.
Weird. Okay.
What's
Ember, can you speak?
Yeah, I don't know. I can hear people.
okay?
On it.
They heard
I'm,
me.
I'm hearing people now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Weird. All right. I don't know what was going on there. I didn't change anything. It's
That's
just
so
like,
that's odd.
yeah.
Oh, I wonder if it's like a like a window focus thing, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe people are saying that they can hear us now.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Quick,
All right.
quickly got one of my buddies did the ubiquitous Three Stooges. Hello.
All right.
Uh,
Okay. Sorry about
All
that.
right, seems like we're all
Good.
in.
All right. So what we were doing is we were getting an idea about. I have an idea. We can advance this a little bit, and it might actually be a little bit more interesting. So, uh, all of you are sitting around your respective places in the Nexus, just hanging out, doing what you do to unwind and relax between missions. They try to give you downtime because they know dealing with the Blight is a very, very troublesome endeavor. It really can kind of hang on you. So, in the midst of all this, all of you wear kind of like a Pip-Boy device, and you can stylize it however you want for your genre and your interest, but you're wearing basically your Branch Rider's exposure tracker, which allows you at any time to know what the level of light exposure is and how well or unwell your mission's going. You can also use it creatively to like find other members of your team, and like it's just a really cool device. And they all go off simultaneously. And just the message that comes across is your presence is immediately requested in Captain Enorovic's briefing office at Branch Riders Academy.
Okay.
Alrighty. I think Dutch looks off into the distance one last time, takes a final drag off of the cigarette dramatically, puts it out, thinks about leaving it there simply because that's what the the genre would tell him to do, and then he stops for a second and goes, "I don't want a litter," and he picks it up and he walks it into the nearest like trash can or ashtray, tosses it.
Nice. All right. When
Do
when
we need
you
to reintroduce our characters? I don't know if they heard
we
any of our intros.
we will do this
Okay.
in a manner. So uh when you finally arrive at Captain Norvik's office, now Captain Norvik is the head of Branch Riders Academy. He is an ex-chain Steel Imperium officer who basically saw the error of his ways when he was recruited during a Branch Rider mission, ironically. And he has now just devoted his life to fighting the Blight after just knowing of the horrors as a member of the Imperium that he had dealt to people through the use of Blight energy. So Enorbic is very stone-faced, just a very serious person. He never says hello to you when you enter in to his briefing office. He is just very business. So what we're going to say is we'll now let the impressions go, and we'll be a little bit creative on how is it that your particular character tell the folks out there about your impression, which is what you appear like your outer description, and then kind of just describe how your character comes into Enorovic's office.
So Haven, even though she probably stayed behind to take notes on Dutch as he left, she's the first one in the room. Very much that like needs to please, needs to be the best, needs to be the first one there, the sort of
Okay.
teacher's pet. And so she walks in. If people didn't hear earlier, she's in like a perfectly kempt like suit. She's got perfectly done hair, makeup, and sort of like walks in very perked up and ready, wanting to just impress.
Okay. Enorovik, just without saying a word, just nods very simply to you as you come in. His eyes and his head gesture to the seat that he wants you to take.
And she makes her way over and sits down.
Michael?
Yeah, so I think Rushenberg comes in a clatter. He's still putting some of the tins, these rusty tins of tea, into a duffel bag, and he's got this weird poncho on that has static playing across it, as if it's broadcasting. He's kind of a raw-boned, middle-aged man. He's got some pretty beat up work clothes, patchwork clothes, and spiky hair, and he's a mess. So he comes in, he's like setting one tin down on the guy's desk, and then putting another on a chair in order to figure out which one is supposed to go in next.
Okay. And Bailey.
I think Dutch, despite probably leaving before them, like Ember said, very much the last one in because he's meandering. But yeah, Dutch is from the Burrows, which is the noir anthro kind of dimension that we have here, and the impression that I have here for him is giant grizzled grizzly bear, no nonsense shit kicker. Um, so he comes in, he adjusts his worn down trench coat, and he puts this um, lighter that has this very faded engraving that he's kind of worried out with his thumb into his pocket as he comes in, and insists upon himself just not taking a seat, very much just standing in the back of the room next to the door, crossing his arms, trying to make himself look cooler, which is not working.
Yeah, Inorvik just kind of hangs his head a little bit, gives a little quiet sigh, and he just looks over to you, kind of like giving you that we're doing this again.
And just the tiniest nod.
I would spend a little bit of time trying to get you to your seat, but it's more important for us to go ahead and get down to business. We have a situation that is brewing, and we are going to need you to be there as fast as possible. So we have a mission for you. It is going to be in the terminal. Have any of you ever gone through or ventured in the terminal before?
Yeah. I'm from there.
Great. It will be a wonderful homecoming for you. So, we have a very dangerous situation. As usual with the branch leader mission briefing, we do not have a lot of information for you to give out. What we know is that at this point, it is a level 2 blight emergency, which could get worse. And it seems to be a high level of tension that is a breeding ground for the blight. Currently, we know that there is a conflict between a group of moderators and a group of data miners. We don't know what they are fighting about. We just know that this conflict will escalate, and unfortunately, any type of conflict that happens on the ground level is absolutely certain to draw the attention of Zepto and his various forces. So we need to go and figure out as fast as we can, as best as we can, what is happening and ameliorate the conflict in whatever way that we are able. Again, you are going to go through your standard mission preparation. We will send you, of course, down to Gossamer. Yes, Dutch, it is due to you. As you know, the terminal is not one of our realms with our Anthro friends. So you'll have to come up with Gossamer some type of disguise or way to not draw too much suspicion to yourself. There are hairy people there, but not quite in the way that you are. Additionally, then we will send you to Dolores. She will send you through the portal, and there starts your mission. Do you have any questions for me, even given the limited intel that we have at this point?
Do we know how long this has been going on?
Excellent question. We received the briefing through the alert scans roughly about 2 hours ago. We kind of waited, of course, to make sure that the situation did not perhaps resolve itself. It unfortunately did not. We are sensing a lot of blight energy connected to this conflict, so we kind of suspect that there may be some type of personal agendas that are happening. But as you know, of course, anything in the terminal inviting a fight between moderators and data miners, it always turns personal.
Yeah, that's true. That's for sure. I think that's all my questions.
Does anyone have any other questions? Otherwise, we will send you down to Gossamer. Dutch? This is not the typical kind of situation for you to flex. Do you understand this time?
Yes, I understand.
Just making sure to try to make your mission a little bit easier for you this time. That is all. You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right. And if that is not all, go ahead and head down to research and design. You will speak with Gossamer. She will take care of whatever needs to be taken care of to give you equipment that you need or that you might desire. And then you will be off on your mission. You are certain there is nothing else before you leave.
I can't think of anything.
Okay. So, standard branch rider mission, you all know that after you talk to a Norvik or whatever officer it is that gives you your mission briefing, because sometimes things are like everything's popping off at once, you are sent down the hall to research and design. This is the home of the very lovely and talented and magical and somewhat chaotic Gossamer, who is a 2.5 foot tall fairy from the Crags. And Gossamer is very well known for not only her kind of mastery of magical elements and their use in various designs and equipment that branch riders are getting, but Gossamer also is, she kind of took that whole Thor magic is just technology we don't understand yet. Like that became her mantra. So Gossamer loves the melding of tech and magic. Unfortunately, a lot of her lab assistants don't necessarily enjoy that as well as she does. You can always find Gossamer's office. Sometimes it's because of the screams. Sometimes it's because of distant explosions. Sometimes it's because of the klaxons that may go off as she gets there. Now, when you picture Gossamer, I want you to imagine a very short Cyndi Lauper. Again, ask your parents if you have to.
Very
Not quite a grandparent reference. I don't want to give myself that much age.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you just kind of go through and you see one of her assistants is just he's running in a gigantic circle in the middle of the room. Just he's running as fast as he can, and literally Gossamer is just like standing in the middle, and she's not even making any effort to spin with him. She's just like she only makes a notation on her clipboard every time that he passes her eye view. She's just like, mm-hmm, mm-hmm, good, excellent, very nice, yeah.
Hey, Gossie.
I beg your pardon.
Yeah, be Gossamer.
Much better. Don't forget your manners. You know, I give people nice little treats. You ready to go on a mission?
Almost. I look over at the big grizzly bear.
Duchess is so like trying to pretend he's not bothered in this moment, but it's so much like, oh, I don't wanna like but he gets like steps forward, he's like, yeah, we're going to the terminal, so I can't, and then just kind of like waves at his entire body.
She, without even saying a word, she kind of like takes a little, it's, looks like kind of a stereotypical magic wand. She just takes it out, just waves it around in the air. The assistant that's been running in the full circle literally just freezes in place completely. And she's like, right. So, and she just completely ignores, like, no problem whatsoever. And she just turns around and goes, all right, so terminal. And she kind of lets go of the clipboard and it just floats in the air in front of her. And she reaches into the left and right pockets of her lab coat and she pulls them out and her hands are closed. She goes, all right, Dutch. I took some of your feedback from the last time that I gave you some assistance with your staying covert. and I made a couple of modifications. You know the normal choice, magic or tech.
I think it's the full on like trying not to put the fingers on the temples, but very clearly is like just make the choice for me. I
Wow.
think Dutch is
The two of you are very, very fortunate to have such a brave and trusting individual on your side. He would definitely be an ally. All right. I think we're going to go with magic. And she opens up her hand, and there's a little ring on the inside. It has a red gem on it that has like kind of like a flickering, almost like an ember. And she goes, "All right,
yes. I've
don't."
been waiting for you to propose.
Very cute. Look, when I hand this to you, don't put it on right away. Here's the thing. When most people are trying to remain hidden, it's sometimes the most, I don't know, the slightest things that they do that are a little different because people really don't, current company excused, and she looks right at you, Ember. Most people don't like watching other people. So this is a flicker ring. Here's what it does. When you go to put this on, the spell effect is going to last for 24 hours. Now, it's going to allow you to determine if someone is trying to study you or trying to look at you, what type of image flickers into their mind. Now, as usual, I have to mention, because people sign waivers now, it's not absolutely guaranteed. Here's the problem. It's a little susceptible to any kind of blight infection. So try to avoid any direct contact with any kind of blight energy. I know you're going into the terminal. It's not quite as dangerous as the crags, not as dangerous as the chain. However, we've suspected that some of Zepto's sentinels and machines that patrol are being powered by something somewhat similar to tenebrous blight energy. So just be careful. You should be fine.
You know,
And
I'm always careful.
And she just like literally like does the long like handing it out in front of her so the camera can see the little flicker of the gem.
I think it's like picks it out of her hand with the pinky and the thumb. It's so careful, just between the claws, not to like accidentally start the effect yet.
And also, once you go on, try to make sure that you're not in environments of extreme heat. It's something we're kind of testing because we know a lot of times explosions happen. Not here, of course. And she like looks over and she looks over to one of the assistants. Right, Benjamin? And he's just like, yes, everything's fine. She goes, so, is there anything special any of you would like? Usually at this point, I like to just get a little goofy with it. If there's an item your character would like to carry with him on a mission, and it's not too ridiculous, we'll just make it up on the fly. Why not?
Could I get a reminder on what genre the terminal is again?
Sure. Terminal is science fiction. It is kind of like it's kind of like the Terminator.
Oh yes, yes. Okay, I remember.
Yep.
This one now.
Can I get some spray paint?
Gonna be doing a little graffiti.
Art, yes.
Do you want it to do anything special?
I mean, good question. What? I don't know. What is spray paint? I mean, spray paint, right?
You obviously haven't spent a lot of time in the Borderlands. Look, I made a weird discovery. I was doing a research trip, which I'm often want to do. Well, I go out to another realm and I just kind of, poke around, see what they're coming up with, get ideas. And I saw this wonderful artist who was using regular paints to create holes in the side of mountains.
Ooh,
And I thought, what an amazing idea.
yeah.
People they went through them like he had created a hole. So what I worked on is I worked on a little can and it's hole in a can. So it has a spray paint unless you decide. And the way you do it is, and she like turns it over, she goes, there's a little button on the bottom. So if you just shake it up like normal,
Mhm.
it's spray paint. So, okay. If you push the button, it turns it into a hole in a can.
Oh.
Now, here's the problem. It's a small can because I've been told that I can't do too many experimental things under pressurized conditions.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Benjamin. Look, so you only unfortunately get 5 uses once you activate the button.
Yeah, that
You
should be enough.
want to give it a try? Give me a little feedback when you're done with it?
Yeah, totally. It's great. Thanks,
You guys,
Gossamer. Sorry.
Gossamer.
Yes.
you guys are wonderful. And she just hands it over to you with so
All right.
much excitement.
Yeah, I tossed that in the duffel bag.
Now, technically, Bailey, I'm sorry, Dutch, if you want another thing, you can totally have an extra thing. That's just to make sure that your mission doesn't go completely kaflooey right away. So, any
Yeah.
other requests from your fairy godmother?
You've got some sort of scanner or cool sci-fi sunglasses or anything like
This
that.
guy like tilts her head. Not a lot of sunlight in the terminal. You know this, right?
I know.
What do you want them to do?
I mean, maybe if it could help us pick up any blight energy, anything like that. Maybe give us some electronic readings.
Do you want this to take? This is interesting.
Maybe
We've been
track
we've been
footprints.
talking a lot in R&D about the fact that sometimes the branch riders readers, your exposure trackers can be a little clunky. I like this idea.
A heads-up display. That's the term I'm looking for.
Oh. And she just like floats over to a little drawer, rips it open. She just grabs it like a pair of sunglasses, and they just look like, stereotypical 80s movie like Sheriff Mirror Shades. Very large, like Jackie O sized lenses. And she takes them and she reaches her wand out and she kind of spins the wand around a little bit and takes the edge of it and puts it up to the side of the glasses like a screwdriver. You don't see a screwdriver edge, flathead or Phillips. And she just turns it over there and like starts turning the wand very rapidly. But then like, oh, wait. And then she like stops and you're like, there's some kind of gauge she's operating on, but hell if you could figure it out. And then she goes, come over here with your reader. Come here.
Walks over.
Okay. I need you to touch your reader to the other end of the wand. Not too hard though.
Okay, just a little tap. Just a little love tap.
Don't make it weird.
You're the one that
Little,
proposed
the
to me earlier.
magic tap. There you go ahead and you tap it.
Yeah, I tap it.
All right. You hear like this kind of mechanical whirring sound, and she hands you the sunglasses.
Perfect.
And you put them on, and they don't look at all different from just regular sunglasses. She goes, now, once you're on the mission, here's the thing. You're gonna maybe have to take a little bit of time to establish a biolink with the sunglasses so it fully acclimates to your exposure tracker. Okay?
Understood.
I don't exactly know how you're going to do that. Just come up with something creative. I believe in you. Bada beep, bada bop, bada boom. And she just silently turns to Haven.
Haven's kind of like, she doesn't really like this part because she kind of likes her tech.
Yep.
But
And just as a reminder for everyone, what realm are you from, Haven?
yeah. Oh, so Haven is from the Heights, which is the superhero realm.
Yep.
So she has a lot of tech, but it's all very like 60s, kind of outdated, sort of what we thought the future would look like.
Yep.
So she kind of just like sighs and turns to Gossamer and just like, I probably need to fit in a little bit more. Can you make this, I don't know, fit the aesthetic a little bit? Maybe sometimes it's hard to take notes when we're on a mission also, so maybe something that can record or something so I can keep that.
She's gonna keep this for after the mission also for her own personal use.
What exactly do you want to record?
People and how the people in the terminal are different from the ones in the Heights and here and all of us.
I have an idea. You're going to the terminal because of the whole mods fighting with the divers, right?
Yeah.
Okay. From what I've been able to find out, and the implication is that she's totally like being nosy. She goes, it might be a very emotional thing. Here's what I'm going to do. I will, if you let me, and she like pulls out her wand and like, it's almost like in that Disney movie where like all of a sudden the dark lighting comes in over her face. It's very like stylized. She goes, with a little modification, I will allow you to take a photograph of a person, and that photograph will be able to tell you their emotional state.
Yeah, I like that.
However, and Gossamer's however is legendary. There is a slight chance that if the device would malfunction in any way, it could conversely mess with their emotional state. That should be a minor worry, though.
Okay.
And then she looks at you and she literally like kind of like gives you a Kate book look. She goes, #first. And then she just holds the wand and she goes, what device?
I'll hold out my moleskin for her to tap
Nice.
that.
She is like, cute, quaint, kind of ancient. I like it. It's very functional. She just taps it. She goes, that's it. You're good.
Okay, thank you, Gossamer.
Oh, you're all very welcome. Please be careful out there. When people fight over tech, it's never a good thing. And good luck on your mission. All right.
Bye.
And then immediately, she just grabs the clipboard out of the air, blindly just nubs the wand back, and the guy just continues just going. But this time, as he starts running, as he like immediately unfreezes, he just starts screaming for no reason. Once it just, and he's just running around. She's like, oh, interesting. Careful on the freezing. Right.
Oh no. I didn't get that. I thought he was just scared of the wand.
So
Dutch already has the glasses on. As soon as she handed it to him, they're already on.
Would you like to attempt to biolink with your glasses?
Oh, absolutely.
How do you want to do that? And this is going to be our first roll of the game. Beep, beep.
Woo!
I think, despite Dutch knowing that you don't have to wear your sunglasses indoors, you don't have to wear your sunglasses at night.
Not according to Corey Hart.
Not according to Corey Hart, and not according to the good old private detectives in the boroughs. But I think he's I think really at first it's just his eyes trying to adjust to him putting these shades on indoors, and yeah.
Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask you now in Branch Riders, just for the crowd to know, you will never roll more than 3 dice. The dice in this game range from a D4 to a D12. When you amass your pool of dice, you're then going to roll them, and any roll that is a 4 or higher is counted as a success. So if 3 successes is a yes and, you get what you want in a benefit. 2 is a yes. 1 is a yes but or a no but, which is succeed at a cost or fail forward. 0 successes is a no and. This is why we brand Branch Riders as a narrative driven system. It's not a whole heavy lot of crunch, and I never roll dice. I only run the story, which is awesome. So, what I'm going to have you do is build your first pool, Bailey. So,
Alrighty.
I would like you to make an observant tools roll or an observant science, your choice.
Observant. And all right, that's going to be the same either way for
Okay.
tools or science. So that is a D8 and a D4.
And your situation die, according to the exposure tracker, you're in the Nexus, which is literally a blight dead zone. There is no blight energy in this area that at least you know of. There are rumors that they have blight that they study and that they have captured from different realms because they are too dangerous. But that's just a rumor.
Simply a rumor.
Yep. So your exposure die is a D10. So you're rolling you said a 4, an 8, and then a 10.
And a 10, yes.
Yep. So tell me how many successes you
Alright.
get.
That is a 9, a 6, and a 3. So 2 successes.
Fantastic. All right. So it's kind of a weird little feeling. Like you put the glasses on, and the first thing that you notice is that when you initially put them on, they were like shaded. And you were kind of like, wow, how the hell am I going to see anything? The minute you kind of attune yourself a little bit and you're like, kind of like, it's like trying to look at one of those 3D image posters where you're trying to like see the image through the image. And
Yeah.
as
Trying to
you
like unfocus my eyes.
exactly, and you're just kind of like if your eyes were mechanical, that's the noise they would make. And as you do this, you just immediately are kind of like you snap back a little bit as immediately the shade on the inside of the shade goes completely away. And even for a moment, you're like, whoa. And you turn them around and they're still shaded, they're still mirror shade. But then you put them back on and you're like totally clear. And it literally just says command.
Perfect. This is exactly what I wanted.
And then it's like like in the 80s, it's like, that blinking cursor
Yeah.
that is just waiting for you to give it a command.
Perfect. No commands needed right now, but I'm glad we got the bio sync done.
Yep. And no failures, which is a great way to start. Okay. You then do your kind of standard. You head down the hallway, and you are then reintroduced to one of everyone's favorite people in the entire Branch Riders Nexus Academy, and this is Dolores. So, Dolores might be a little kind of special for you, Dutch, because Dolores is an octopus anthro woman, and she is considered the brain center of the portal. So when Dolores sits, first of all, she's in kind of like a half submerged pool office of sorts, and there's like a ton of 1930s switchboard telephone operator panels. So it's the old fashioned, like, you
Yeah.
slot the little thingies in there. And as she's just like saying hello and hi to everybody that's walking by, she's just rapidly, kind of without even thinking, she's like taking a thing out of a blight emergency and hooking it up to a branch rider team. It's how you get your alerts on your branch riders readers. Is Dolores is like, "Yep, we need you." So she's just kind of clickety clacking on everything, and she just kind of looks up and she goes, "Are you ready to go on a mission now, dearies?
Yes, we are, Dolores.
Where are you going to?
Terminal.
Did you talk to Gossamer, Dutch?"
Yes, I did, and he holds up the ring in the two claws as gently as he can.
And she looks at the ring. She goes, "Magic or tech?"
Magic.
She goes, "Okay."
I said she could make the choice for me.
All
Maybe
right.
that was a mistake. We'll see.
So I don't know how easily or uneasily people can see this with the stream here, but on the cover of the Branch Riders book is literally an illustration of the portal. Kind of looks like a big Trivial Pursuit uh, pie holder, and basically each wedge is like a scene from each of the realms, and it's constantly like flickering between different little scenes. And again, she kind of takes one of her little tentacles and she kind of sweeps around, and you notice that the terminal, which is usually framed in kind of a soft green hue, kind of does like a Star Wars wipe, and it expands and it grows bigger, and it's just fully completed. She goes, "Okay, you're ready to touch down in the terminal. Now, I know you already know this, but just to remind you, once you're on your mission, unfortunately, you can't contact us unless there's an emergency. Or you finish and you solve everything and we go back to level 1. Currently, you're at a level 2. Unfortunately, Rauschenberg, because you're from the terminal, it's going to increase your exposure by 1 automatically."
Oh. Oh, okay.
Yeah. One of the things about missions is if a branch rider ever returns to their home realm, there's a rough chance that someone could recognize you. So it automatically makes your mission a little bit more dangerous.
Right. Okay.
And then she literally gestures forward with her tentacle, pointing to the gigantic area.
Okay. I will lead the way. I know this place like the back of my hand. And
Go ahead, Rush.
Yeah.
walk on
And
in.
as usual, you go through you've gotten used to it by now. It's still a little like wibbly wobbly on your stomach. And when you go in, the immediate thing that you notice is that Dolores has touched you down on the inside of like a bunker. Nobody else is around you. And you hear sounds from outside.
Okay.
The ring goes on now.
Excellent. You hear shouting voices, what sounds like the loading of rifles for ammunition.
Okay. I'm gonna sniff the air and say, "That's trouble." I'm gonna stay out of whatever that stuff is going on out there. We want to avoid it. Let's see. So I'm gonna look around this bunker, see what the ways in and out are, and
Okay.
if I can navigate to a safe exit to see another way through.
Yeah. There's basically, I mean, it's not a very well put together bunker. It's kind of a little scattered. It's mostly kind of like a makeshift. Well, it's the way this shit fell together, so I guess it's kind of a shelter. And you notice mainly that there are basically 2 exit points to it. One of them looks as if it is facing towards the air, and you actually start hearing some more scattered voices. And you hear one voice kind of above them all. It's like, "You do what I told you, I'm gonna stack you on the bodies. Move it. We gotta get this data source. We have a mission and precious time until the next jump." Move! Move!
Yeah. We don't want to meet that guy.
I'll take your word for it.
Let's check out the other way.
Okay.
And they told me that this wasn't going to be a violent mission.
Yeah, I mean, you don't necessarily hear as much of it, so it kind of gives you the impression that that would be kind of like if you want to get a little bit more of a bird's eye view of what's going on outside of the security of the bunker, going the opposite direction would provide you. I mean, again, you grew up here.
Okay.
There's rubble everywhere, so you're never without an opportunity for cover
Okay.
to try to find something. So, yeah, you can head out that other way.
Yeah. Let's try this exit and stay low.
All right, I need everybody to give me an observant subtlety check. Your exposure, because you are currently at level 3, is still is going to be a D8. Just as a note for those out there, I didn't have a way to like put an exposure tracker on the stream. We're still working out how to do that. But basically, as attention towards the adventuring party increases, the die code for your exposure, which is your situation die, goes down. So the more attention you draw, the more violence that happens, the more suspicious people get around you, the worse things get.
I got a 1, a 5, and an 8.
All right, so that is 2 successes. Very good.
Second, I'm looking. There we go.
Yep, no worries.
That's oof. A 1, a 4, and a 3.
Ooh, 1 success. Would you like to succeed at a cost or fail forward?
Let's fail forward. That seems fun.
Excellent, excellent. And I believe I still have 1 roll. Michael, was that your results or was that Bailey's results earlier?
No, that was
That was
Bailey's. I got a 3, and a 2, so zilch.
Okay. So a combination of the failure and the other.
The giant grizzly bear is the stealthiest of the group right now. It makes sense. He's had to do a lot of sneaking around in his life.
I'll say it's a tale as old as time, Bailey. You know what I mean? So yeah, you're kind of like sneaking around, and you're kind of getting what it looks like is you get a little bit of time to kind of check out what's going on, and what it looks like is there's roughly about like, as far as you can tell, between 15 to 20 armored soldiers. Now, Michael, and again, just for the aid of the viewing public, and I know that y'all aren't familiar with branch riders. So, in the world of the terminal, a malevolent AI called Zepto basically was tasked with running society. It was told, do it efficiently. And Zepto really took its job description very seriously. So much to the degree that, well, if you're underperforming in a certain residential area, I guess you don't need water, power, food, energy. We'll just shut that system down. Who cares if people die? It's a computer program. Now, to kind of combat this, there are people on the service, and these people are called moderators because they're trying to moderate the amount of code that still exists on the ground level to keep primary systems in operation. They are constantly at war with the data miners, who are basically the rich and privileged, who, when Zepto totally started turning everything to shit, they took all of their resources and made what they call the first jump. The first jump was when they took their families, their friends, and as much as they could to the cloud cities, which were previously vacation resorts, but now they are restricted access. So the miners come from the cloud to take valuable code, basically doing the same thing Zepto's doing, but they want to do it to preserve the culture for the more affluent. So the miners and the moderators, very bitter battles, very bitter wars. And the miners have access to better technology. These guys look heavily armored, and there's, like I said, about maybe 15 or 20 of them, kind of all hooking up and getting their vantage points. And it looks like they're kind of moving in little squads. As you're sneaking around, you hear that voice again. Halt! Stop! just has a weapon immediately drawn up. Identify yourself.
Hi. I'm
I'm not here for pleasantries. Identify yourself. Minor Ahmad.
Can I use my gift to pretend to be that they're minors, right?
Very obviously, yeah. Y'all went to Branch Riders Academy, so that info is something all of you know. Now, Michael may have access to like secretive information if he wants to play upon that, but yeah.
Yeah, because I can present myself as belonging to a particular group. So I'm want to see if I can sort of step up and pretend to kind of know what's going on and being a part of this group of minors.
Okay. Are you doing this focusing just on
this is the
you?
self
Yep,
use,
I
yes.
was just gonna say. Okay. So what you're gonna be doing here is, because you're still trying to kind of make this connection, you're gonna be using the social approach.
Okay.
So go ahead and give me a social gift roll. So again, gifts start with character generation at a D8.
Okay.
And then whatever your social score is.
Okay.
And then your exposure, of course, is still at a D8.
All right. Gosh, I cannot roll today. All right, that is one success.
Succeed at a cost or fail forward?
Let's fail forward. We're failing at this point. Let's keep going with it.
Excellent. All right, so go ahead, and knowing the result and what you had wanted to do, a la one of my favorite board games, Adventure Party, why don't you tell me, but what happened was, so what exactly happened with your attempt? Like, just role play your best at fumbling through a description.
So this, well-dressed, smaller woman walks up to all of these men, all, in their armor, with their weapons, and kind of walks up. She's like, "Oh, it's okay. And she doesn't really know the naming conventions for people here in the terminal, so she just knows it's like futuristic sci-fi. So she's making up a name right now, and she's just, I'm a A15. I'm here to I'm here to talk.
A15.
A15. We're
Not
from
B15.
No,
or even C. It's a very special operative.
Yes, very special. We're here. We have a second. We're just here to provide some support to your guys' mission right now.
Oh, you know what would be very, very helpful? It would be awesome for us to be able to hide on the current mission that we're doing, so we might need some trenches. Do you happen to have a shovel with you? Because you're certainly digging yourself one hell of a hole.
I don't have a shovel. And she's at this point picking up that he's messing with her. She knows, but she's kind of too deep in.
Have I still not been seen, or
No, you haven't. The only two that have been seen are I'm sorry, it's Rauschenberg, correct?
Can I try to like get behind them as Rauschenberg and Haven try to figure this out?
You mean get behind the other the other
try
forces? I'm gonna call that a creative subtlety.
Oh fuck. Oh man. Creative is not good for me. Subtlety is, but creative.
Oh, but that'll just make it great for story. It's one of my favorite AJR songs. 100 bad days make 100 good stories.
Okay, that's a 2 on the D4, so that's a fail. And then that's a 1 on the D8. And then we're still a D8 for the other thing, right?
At the moment.
Okay, I got one One success. I got an 8.
Would you like to succeed at a cost or fail forward?
I think in this case I'll succeed at a cost.
All right. Yeah, you are kind of able within all of this. You're kind of like, all right. Unfortunately, gang, like you're kind of boned at the moment.
Yeah,
Uh,
it seems like things are gonna pop off, and I'm trying to put myself in a better position for when they do. I still want
yep.
to give Rauschenberg a chance to straighten this out. I know this is his home turf, but
Yep.
listen, when somebody's got to crack a skull or break a kneecap, El Oso Grande Dutch Anderson is over here. So
Wonderful. Yeah, so you're able to kind of, move yourself around a little bit and you're kind of like, okay, even though you're, kind of a big bear, you're still kind of like, moving through and you don't seem to have been detected at all. Um, However, just the relative quiet that's happening after Haven kind of got shut down, and we still haven't gotten yet to Rauschenberg, where he literally like he has the rifle kind of pointed up there. What I'm gonna say is with kind of the combinations of the roles, he's kind of like y'all are kind of sus at the moment. So your exposure is just increased to level 4, which means your situation die is a
oh
D6.
God.
Um, so yeah, you have managed to sneak around. I'll get to you in 2 seconds. So he basically just still has the rifle. He's like, all right, you are obviously not minors. I did not send for an additional detail at this point, which means you are lying to me. And if we're going to have any kind of relationship moving forward that involves you surviving, it's going to involve establishing a sense of trust. Does that sound fair to you?
Sure.
What are you doing out here in the outskirts?
Yeah. Good question.
That's why I asked it.
Just trying to scavenge.
You a part of Stroh's Landing?
Uh-uh. I'm not, right? I don't know.
If you want to give me a knowledgeable culture,
Okay.
I can see how much you can remember about Stroh's Landing.
Sure.
I don't know if it's still there, but I just want to point out the wonderful little detail that Michael had the little hand up emoji in the corner
Yeah,
of the
exactly.
screen while
Thank
he
you,
was doing
Zoom.
that. Nope, totally all good.
Nice. Very nice.
All right. Let's see. So, culture. What was the other thing?
Uh, Culture and knowledgeable.
And then we have a 6 for our situation.
Correct.
So, I believe that's going to be a 666.
All right. As Henry would say on last podcast on the left. I listen to a lot of podcasts. So that's 3 successes.
I got a well. No, what I rolled. It's a D6. A D6 is D6. What I actually.
Oh, I'm
rolled,
sorry. I thought that was your
No.
roll. I was like, dude,
No
that's
such luck.
awesome.
No such luck.
Oh boy.
So what I got instead is a 3, and a 6. So 1 success basically.
1 success. All right. So on a knowledgeable, we don't do the whole fail forward or succeed across. This is literally what you can remember. So Stroh's Landing in the terminal is one of kind of the most contentious areas, mostly because Stroh's Landing was constructed on top of an abandoned robotics factory. So it's kind of a precious area because for whatever reason, and they don't understand how this has been able to happen, it's one of the areas that is untouched by Zepto's reach. They don't know how because you would automatically assume, well, it's a robotics factory. There's terminals all over the freaking place, no pun intended. So how the hell is Zepto locked out of what would be like the best ice cream sundae of his day, right? So it is a very contentious place. So you're kind of like, oh shit. Like it doesn't surprise you that miners are coming here, especially with the number of forces. Because Stroh also has quite the reputation for not giving in so easily.
Okay. Um, so I will not say that I'm with those people. I say, look, we're just vagabonds, wanderers. We're sort of not really with any side. We're just trying to make it. That's all.
Well, unfortunately, right now, you're at the side of not a very good day to be had by you. We're in the middle of an operation, and I'll tell you what, if you just stay over here, be nice and quiet, maybe you'll be able to go back to your scavenging. Because unfortunately, I can't trust you. At least not at the moment. So you're going to just remain here while we do what we do. Is that understood?
Real quick, can I ask the rest of the party if they're okay with me doing something? Do you guys want to follow this, or do we want things to pop off?
I'm kind of interested to see what happens if things pop off, personally.
All right. I think as soon as he goes, you're just gonna stay here if you want some trust. Got it? I think the audible response is knuckle crack behind him.
Oh, fantastic. All right. Knuckle crack. So he, oh boy, how am I going to do this? All right. Give me a forceful communication check, because you are scanning a message.
Forceful D8 and communication D4. Okay. And then D6 is our...
that is your situation die. Yep.
Situation die. That is a 6, a 4, and a 1.
All right, 2 successes. Yeah, you kind of knuckle crack, and he kind of like turns around to you, and you kind of have the clear advantage because he turns around, and it's like, first of all, he didn't expect anybody to be kind of getting in the way of everything, and he turns around, and even though you're not fully a bear, you are still a rather imposing figure. So I'm going to say that. Yeah, he kind of turns around.
He's at chest level. He's got to look all the way up.
Yep, pretty much. So he just turns around and he just has this immediate look of shock on his face.
Hey there. And then I'm gonna sock him.
All right. Go ahead and give me a forceful fighting.
Forceful fighting. This is what I'm good at. All right. 6, 1, and 6.
All right. 2 successes is more than sufficient. You kind of caught the drop on the dude, and you just whack, just bang, just right in the face, and he just goes down immediately.
Who was the guy that sent us again?
What's that?
The person who gave us the mission. What was his name again?
Captain Norvik.
Auroric told me, I think, some outdated information. And I'm just like wiping my hand on my coat.
Okay. Now, one of the unfortunate things that has happened, kind of a result, is you kind of hear the clicking of rifles, and it's your go. I mean, there have been literally 15 people who have just clicked their rifles, and they see their commander on the ground, so they now have raised all your weapons. Some of them actually look confused because they're like, well, wait a minute, but we're like, some of them are kind of like, they don't know where to point at this point because some of them are pointed at what obviously is the encampment that they're going towards, which is the, open facade of this robotics armament. And the others are kind of like, what do we do now?
Now's your chance to walk away.
I'm just gonna turn to the whoever's closest to me and just be like, seems like you have bigger problems to worry about. That guy seems way more of an issue than us.
Yeah, the one guy's like, what are you doing? Like, one of the guys who obviously steps up and he sees that his boss is just knocked out, and he just steps up and goes, I'm Captain Anders. you're interfering with a very important data miner mission.
Wonderful. So you're the new CO. You're the new commanding officer.
He looks down at the ground, sees the commander, and kind of like, and then he immediately like he points the rifle over. She goes, "Yes."
Good. So, are we going to talk nicely now, or are we going to act the way he acted?
What do we need to talk about?
Letting us walk.
While he's talking to Captain Anders, I'm still going to be fully pretending like I don't know who this person is, and
Yeah,
like
us as
and like
Indian.
full chat, like I'm like grabbing Rustenberg's arm and like full kind of like, let's just wander this way.
Yeah.
This is perfect. This is exactly what I need.
Yeah, I will let myself be tugged along, but I'm like trying to think of something to say, but I'm not coming up with anything particularly coherent at the moment.
Look, all we did was we were sent down here by the cloud to do a grab. If you're not part of Stroh's landing, this doesn't concern you.
You see, that's a much, much better way to approach the situation. This is why you're the new commanding officer.
You know he's eventually going to wake up, right?
Doesn't have to. You want his job?
Whoa!
Listen, that's none of my business. I want to walk away from here. He's not going to wake up for a while. You know, there's a lot of things that happen out here.
Oh wow. Yeah, I'm gonna say go ahead and give me a I'm gonna say a social communication.
Oh god, this is actually so
Or
bad for me.
unless you would like to make it a social subtlety because you're kind of trying to fast talk him. So
Yeah.
however
If I
you'd
can do
like to
social
approach
subtlety,
that.
I think.
Yeah, so I would say either a social communication or a social subtlety check.
Okay, that's a 5, a 3, and I only have one of each die in this set.
No worries.
A 4. 5, 3, 4.
Okay, 2 successes. He's like, all right, I guess we have to establish ground rules here, though. So we're still going to complete our mission. And you hear this other voice from the distance go, like hell you are. Do you see what we're up against here? Look, I have no problem with you leaving and us just forgetting about this little bugaboo as long as you don't interfere with what we are doing. We are here to take a valuable mod from Stroh's Landing. It's one of the most powerful devices that we need for up on the cloud.
I think Dutch, while he is talking, puts his finger on this guy's lips. He goes, does this sound like information that I need if I'm trying to stay out of this? If you're trying to keep me out of this, do you think I need to know that the most
In all
powerful
fairness,
mod I could think of
this is my
here?
first day in command.
Well,
It's my first 5 minutes in
here's
command.
to a long and he leans in and healthy career in command.
So I guess you just walk away.
Could I put a command into the visor, into the glasses?
Oh, yeah.
Could I do like trace or something that could give us a direction of where we need to go?
Ooh, okay. So I'm going to interpret that as by trace, you're kind of finding signature blight energy.
Yes, exactly.
You're literally smack dab in the middle of it. The
Okay.
heated exchanges, like
This is
you're
yeah.
Yeah, because the way that the blight operates is that the blight feeds on fear and emotional states, and it heightens them to create chaos. So the
Hmm.
fact that there's aggression, there's anger, there's fear, there's desperation, like all of those things, like when Enorvik said that this is a breeding ground for blight activity, he was not being poetic. He was being quite descriptive. So you're kind of like, okay, the tensions are riding a little bit high, and it obviously doesn't sound like Stroh's landing is going to be giving up the goat anytime soon.
Yeah.
So the guy's like, so if you just go on your merry way, we'll take care of what we need to finish.
Full double hands on the shoulder, wipes off like fake dust. That sounds good to me, Captain Anders.
Thank you.
Can he do that? Can he promote him? I'm asking this.
Well-
Not really. Did you ask that out loud?
No, yeah, yeah.
Can he do it?
Yeah,
Is this
and-
allowed?
And he kind of like looks at you like,
Mhm.
are you leaving? And
Yeah.
what about those? What about those two? Can they go with you?
If they want to follow me, yes, you're gonna let them go too.
Okay. And he's kind of like waving the rifle, like, all right,
Yeah.
go on, get.
Did the one that I knocked out have a rifle on him?
Yes, he did. He's actually kind of stirring a little bit.
Okay, I'm gonna lightly pick up the rifle between two claws, like very clearly not picking it up to like arm myself with it. Just take it away and then just like lightly kick him one more time in the head and walk off.
Oh my God!
Keep
Give
him
me,
out.
give me a forceful fighting.
I'm just gonna keep him knocked out. You know.
It's always
That's an
fun to
8.
see new people play with
Oh
Bailey.
my God! An 8 and an 8 and a 2. Okay, so 2 successes.
All right. Yeah. I mean, he ain't gonna be feeling too great when he wakes back up.
Well,
But
let's see
yeah,
if he does wake back up, depending on what Captain Anders wants to do.
Uh, I mean, at this point, Anders is kind of like a little bit like he's very mission focused. You could sense, and he kind of like as you do that, like he's still kind of waiting
Yeah, well,
for you to walk away.
I am gonna walk away very clearly. I still have the rifle held between two claws, just like the barrel of the rifle, and I'm just
Okay.
walking.
All right. The only thing that you hear from behind is initially Captain Anders' voice just say, "Commence firing," and just you start to hear just guns ablazing as they're just starting to amass everything with Stroh's landing. They're just causing tremendous assault. Stroh's landing starts opening fire back. You are literally now in the middle of a war zone. So I'm going to need to have you all give me some observant athletics checks to avoid being caught in the crossfire.
Oof, okay.
Observant. Ooh, athletics is my D10. Yay!
And we're on a D6 now for
Correct.
that level. Okay.
Oh God, that's 1, 1, and 8 for me.
Okay, so one success.
Yeah.
I also got 1 success.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, well, that's good and bad. It's bad because of what's going to happen, but it's good because I get to tell you about another mechanic that we have. So, this mechanic is what we call our condition cards. It's how we track damage in the Branch Rider system. And at this point, you have all been hit by stray bullet fire from these little rifles that they got, which means all 3 of you now currently have the hurt condition. Now, this is a basic condition. Conditions come in 2 flavors. They come in basic, which are yellow cards, and advanced, which are red cards, kind of like soccer. So, on your normal Branch Rider's character sheet, and you may actually notice if you have it up, there are 3 slots at the top of your character sheet. 2 of them are for conditions, and another one is for what we call edges, which are positive conditions. This is how you get rid of damage in the system by doing nice things to yourselves and others. So what hurt basically means is until you heal the hurt condition, you are effectively at a D4 situation die for anything physical. So that's if you are running, if you are attacking, if you are defending. That's how damage rolls in our system. Damage is you roll attack rolls, you will also just roll the defense roll. And if you do not get at least 2 successes on a defense roll, you take a condition. So you all are caught in the crossfire and you just get hit with the strays. Um, One thing I will allow you to notice though, like as you're kind of like taking cover and you're dropping down to the ground, you notice something a little bit unfortunate, Dutch. You thought you kicked that dude in the melon a little bit harder than what you really did, because he's gone.
Oh fuck. Okay, yeah.
He darted off, and the firefight continues. So what are y'all doing while they are engaged in battle? I mean, occasionally you're hearing Wilhelm screams and shouts as people are getting picked off.
All right, so that didn't go great.
Depends on your definition of great.
Oh man.
So we were
Not
supposed to
ideal.
stop this from happening, and it's getting worse, right? So now what? What are we gonna do?
Well, they're not pointing their guns directly at us. Now we can actually think about that.
Okay.
That's true.
I did get shot though, and it hurts.
Oh, tough it up. It's like the big like arm punch that's supposed to be friendly, but it's like a little too hard. Maybe like a little too close to like where you got shot.
Ah, dude.
Sorry.
Try not
sorry.
to get shot is kind of a rule. Okay, so the people over there, Stroh's Landing, they're not gonna give up. These guys got orders. They're not gonna give up. I mean, if we don't do something, they're just gonna kill each other. And maybe one of them will end up taking something. It's probably not going to be people that we want to have, whatever's down there.
So what's the biggest threat here? Is it them killing each other or them getting a hold of whatever they're trying to get?
We don't know.
Well, when it comes to
yet.
blight, probably the killing. But
Yeah.
I mean, Rosh, you're from here. You probably don't trust these.
Oh no.
With,
No. The miners, they're bad news. But I mean, yeah, I don't know what exactly is in there. If they're saying it's important for cloud cities up there, then that means they're going to keep sending people. So, like, even if they get wiped out, this isn't over. I think we got to figure out what's down there and maybe try talking to the Stroh's Landing people.
Or,
Yeah.
hear me out.
Okay.
What if we get whatever it is they want, and then we can use it as a bargaining chip to get them to stop killing each other?
That's smart.
or we could just leave with it. I mean, look, I know they say take only photographs, leave only footprints, but maybe if that thing you're taking the photograph of is causing a bunch of trouble and leading to more blight.
Well, if we just take it and disappear, they won't really necessarily know what happened to it. I don't
Right.
think that'll stop the blight.
What you know from branch riders training, just to again, you're new to the world of the system, so I'll give you a little bit of context here. Whenever miners take something, the unfortunate outcrop of that is because they are removing some type of essential system, 2 risks are present. One, someone's relying upon that, whatever it is, for survival. And it's also activity that may attract Zepto. It's literally a blip on the radar.
Okay. Yeah, we
So those are kind of your two, this is what it might lead to. You do notice that even though while you're trying to have this like little huddle in the middle of this firefight, members of this poor guy, it's his first day in command. It's a field promotions are always spotty at best. He's already he's losing some of his forces, and
It seems like the other guy just ran too. Like he didn't try to get back in command or anything.
So, is there a way to get across this battlefield without dying? And B, can we get to one of the walls leading into this settlement?
I would say with a very decent kind of strategic, you can do this a couple of different ways. You can do an observant fighting to kind of check the procedure of the barrel to try to find the safest way to maneuver around it. If you want to try to sneak around, it'll be a subtlety of some kind. You tell me how you would like to do it, and there are dice combinations to match.
All right, I have an Omni grenade. I'm gonna say one of them is for smoke.
Ooh.
Bright purple smoke, and if I use that, I'm thinking maybe we can try to cross without getting shot, or visual cover, I guess.
Yep.
Is that
Ooh.
what would
Can
that
I
be under?
help?
Yeah,
this
now
with my
remember
glasses?
that the way equipment works in Branch Riders is that you basically can extend the
Oh, right.
equipment and it counts as an automatic success. So
Yep.
I will, if you want to do that, I can just narrate it that, yeah, you immediately just kind of chuck a smoke grenade in the middle of this.
Mhm.
Purple smoke just fills the air and. Yeah, I will say that again just because we love moving the story forward.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're able to venture your way close to the robotics laboratory.
Okay. So yeah, I take one of those bobbin bird things that they used to have in the 70s, and I rip its head off, and then purple smoke starts to come out of the body, and then I chuck the body, and I go, "Come on, let's go, 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 go."
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, you're able to kind of weave and maneuver through, and I mean it's kind of the battle isn't over to be completely obvious, but
Mhm.
the smoke is definitely increases the rate of friendly fire. So it is slowed down
Mhm.
while they're trying to clear, and you just hear scattered shouting and yelling
Mhm.
throughout the thing, and it's it's just like, where'd that come from? We don't know, sir.
See,
So,
Captain Andrews is having a great first day.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna take out a spray can once we get to a wall,
Okay.
and
Love it.
turn it over, press that little button, and try to spray a Acme portable hole style hole in the wall so that we can get through.
Excellent. Yeah, I will say that you're able to do that, and it's kind of interesting what happens here because remember it's kind of like a leitmotif that you have going on right now,
Mhm.
where you're just kind of subtly moving around, trying to be kind of sneaky, and
Mhm.
people are just automatically discovering you. So you spray the insta hole,
Mhm.
and it literally just the wall just kind of eh, eh, it collapses in on itself in a way
Mhm.
because even Gossamer realizes she doesn't want to put you guys out there like what the hell just happened to that
Mhm.
wall. That is not physics, right?
Uh-huh.
um, when you get in there, you just see like there's a room of people. A couple of them have already been shot or are being tended to for their wounds. um, and you just immediately yet another rifle is pointed at your face. uh, just who are you? You don't look like a miner.
I'm not a miner. I'm a scavenger. These are my scavenger friends. We are
The hell are you doing in the middle of a firefight? Are you crazy?
look. We were over there. We got shot, so we came in here. Um, I
Great, more
mean,
bodies to heal.
look. We'll stay out of your way.
Well, you're kind of on the inside of where we're trying to hold off Morgan's forces.
Yeah, about that. Morgan.
It was
Could
Morgan
you
the-
describe Morgan? What does Morgan look like?
Morgan is an asshole.
Yeah. Okay. So that guy's not around anymore. He ran off.
What do you mean he's not around anymore?
This
I
my
lift
big
up the
friend over
rifle.
here. Yeah.
Morgan wouldn't just leave his post behind.
I mean, I don't know what you call it, but he's not over there with the other guys.
Took a couple nice knocks to the noggin.
Can't say I'm mine, given our history.
Here, you want his rifle? I'm not going to use it.
He literally just, okay, like,
Hand it
yoink,
over.
just immediately grabs it. He's like, you're just scavengers?
Yeah, I know, crazy, right? Listen, do you happen to know about any kind of... do you happen to know...
Yeah, no,
about-
crazy. Moving on.
do you happen to know...
So far, that's my quote of the night.
Yeah.
Crazy, isn't it?
do you happen to know about any, what are they trying to get in here?
We have an immense power source downstairs in the basement, powered this entire lab. Once everything with Zepto fell down, they knocked out all the connections that would have kind of sent it up to the network. Occasionally we still get little blips from other kind of satellite offices and regions, but that power station it powers our entire base, and that son of a bitch keeps wanting to take it back to that damn cloud.
Yeah.
He used to be my right-hand man.
Oh.
He was part of this settlement. And then one day, some miners made a deal with him. And he took his family, and he went to the cloud, and he left us behind. And now, he's coming back here, using all the secrets that he learned living here to getting good with those people.
Oh.
If I see him, he's a dead man.
You know, if he knows about secrets, does he know about secret ways in here that he could get in?
It's very possible. I mean, he's a blowhard, I can't argue that, but he's not stupid.
Yeah.
So if he didn't run away, if he has a mission to do, he's gonna finish it.
Then my guess would be this guy, Morgan, is making his way to wherever your power source is.
Maybe that's where we need to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Call.
way. I don't mind round 2.
All right.
Not my first boxing match. Horns in the background. Doo, doo, doo.
So,
Why are you staring off into the distance like that?
Sorry.
Yeah,
Don't worry about
okay,
that.
Come on.
He has a cigarette in his hand. He has to put it out.
Where did that come
what?
from?
Don't worry about it.
What? Is that saxophone music? What the heck is happening right now? So yeah, he kind of goes over to a bunch of the folks who are kind of tending to everybody's wounds, and he's just like, look, if the rest of his forces get up, just go take care of it. We got to make sure that they do not get the power center. I got some unexpected help, so let's use that to our advantage. And everybody's kind of like, yeah, boss. They're just in immediate agreement. He goes, all right, I'm gonna lead you downstairs. He's like, I'm telling you, please don't make me regret trusting you.
Could I tell the people upstairs a bit of psychological warfare to use on these people that are attacking them?
Oh, I love it. I love it.
I'm gonna tell them to, because they're clearly calling back and forth, because they were saying we're not giving up when we were on the other side. I tell them exactly who's leading them. I tell them about Captain Anders. I tell them that this is his first time in command. He's clearly losing a lot of men right now. You can use that against him. Seems
Wow.
shaken up and honestly pretty weak-willed. So if you need to get these people off your back,
I tell you what, go ahead and give me a knowledgeable fighting.
all right.
Because basically you're giving them you're giving them strategic information. So depending on how well you roll, that might turn the tide of their battle.
Yeah, it's a 4, a 2, and a 4. Dang, this is the most successful I've been rolling dice in any game in years. Straight up.
It's the magic of branch riders.
That's right.
Which again, it's about time. If you are enjoying what you're seeing and you want to bring this kind of fun to your table, please go to www.branchriders.com, where you will find all the links to Drive Through RPG to order PDF or print-on-demand copies of the core rulebook, our condition card decks, and exposure trackers. And stay tuned in the future, and I'll talk more about this tomorrow on our panel at 12:30, which you can also tune into if you want to learn more about what's coming in Branch Riders. We will have our facilitators guide. So if you're a therapist or a teacher or a social worker who wants to use the game for goal work, which is how we originally designed it, but it's also a hell of a fun game, you'll find out all information on how to do that. Okay. I did want to ask real quick, did anybody need a bio break?
I'm good.
I could take one real quick, like a 5.
You okay with all that? Will our
Yeah.
studio audience stick with us for 5?
Mhm.
Then we'll be back to the action to finish everything out.
Okay.
All right.
Check.
Okay.
Check. We are back.
Mic check.
Like,
All right, we're back in.
So. Yep.
alrighty. We're back in.
All right, fantastic. So welcome back. Thank you, folks, for hanging out with us. Notice we have a couple more folks than we have when we went to the break. So as we last left our brave branch riders, they were headed with Trevor Stroh, the leader of the settlement. They had just very creatively fought their way across the battlefield after giving a terminal data miner a sudden unexpected field promotion. We're still figuring out whether or not that was a legit maneuver on their part. But hey, a lot of weird things happen in battle. So Stroh is basically taking you, and again, Ruschenberg, this is not any kind of surprise to you. You've seen these underground, they're almost like catacombs in a way. And you just kind of like hear this hum underneath. And he's just leading you down further down, which this might actually explain why Zepto was not able to connect and attach to this power source, because it is so far underground. It may actually be shielded. We're not quite sure. I would like everybody, though, to give me an observant science check.
Okay.
Okay. I got one good thing here.
Because we're hurt, I'm on a D4 for the situation.
Not in
is
this
a
case.
physical?
Oh.
Yeah, because this is not physical. This is
Right.
mental. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'll let you know if the D4 in any way connects with you.
All right.
It's a 3, 2, and a 4.
Got
So 2 failures and a
successes.
success.
I got 2 successes.
1 success.
Okay. So, two things that you notice as you're kind of going down further in the catacombs. The first thing is you feel this slight tremor. It's not very large. Like, it's not like, earthquake level 5 or 6 or whatever the rating system is these days. But you definitely feel like a tremor that kind of sends like a shake through. The other thing that you notice, and I'll actually explain why this happened, you also notice that your exposure level has gone back down to a 3. This is because you fought your way through the battle and they no longer regard you as any kind of a threat. So just to show you that exposure is kind of a moving meter that kind of helps with tension and drama. Not that it's not going to go back up at some point, just kind of guaranteeing it. But yeah, you feel that whole tremor go down through. Stroh doesn't seem to notice. He just is very driven to get down and kind of takes you to a door, and he kind of stops sudden when he gets to the door. And he takes that rifle and cocks it.
Can
Is
I
everything
use my
okay?
little HUD to do another like area scan?
Yes. Give me 2 shakes to answer Amber's roleplay. I'm not quite sure. This room is always closed. The fact that that door is hanging open does not fill me with very good feelings. Dutch, go ahead and give me an observant tools or an observant science.
All right. I believe those may be the same roll. Yes, they are. All right. These 3 die. That is a 1, a 1, and a 4.
Okay, that's one success. You are even like maybe it's that shielding that we were mentioning earlier that's kind of getting in the way of any kind of effective scan that you're trying to do with your newfangled glasses. They are experimental, by the way. You are still able to notice though that there are at least 3 to 4 electronic signatures from inside the room. They look kind of still, like they don't seem to be moving.
Okay.
According to what you say, they're just kind of like appearing as like indiscriminate blobs in your Google glasses, essentially.
Can I like try to go up and kind of just like peek around the door?
Yeah, go ahead and give me an observant subtlety.
Okay.
And
And we're
remember-
back up to a D8 for the.
You're back to a D8 for your exposure. Yep. The only thing you have to worry about now is if you get into combat.
Okay.
That's foreshadowing.
Subtle.
Foreshadowing is a narrative device in which
You
That
see,
is
kids.
2 successes.
All right. Yeah, you're able to sneak around and I mean, you didn't know what Dutch was doing with the glasses, but you kind of don't really give Stro much cause for relaxation because as you kind of peer around in the room, first thing that you notice is that in the middle of this room, and it looks like at one point it was like a scientific lab with all kinds of gears. You still see consoles and stuff like in the corners and against the walls, but you clearly see in the center of the room is like a humming power center. Now, what you observe around it is a little bit more frightening. Now, as far as I remember, no one put spiders on there. Please don't include this in my game deck of player safety. Because that's what you exactly see. Is you see 3 mechanical spiders that are literally coursing with purple, which, by the way, purple is the signature blight color of the game. They are coursing with electric crackling energy, and you know them as web crawlers. And yes, for those really old people in the room, that is a reference to a very early web browser. Before Google, there was web crawler, and it was awesome.
Yeah, it was really good back then.
Yeah, it was
Believe it.
incredible.
Yeah, anyway.
But basically what they're doing is they kind of extract data from electronic sources, and the web that they construct is kind of like an AR that it's literally trying to examine whatever code they are looking at. So they're kind of like, their little pincer arms are kind of like taking it, and then literally they're pulling the data out of whatever the systems are, and they're just kind of constructing it, examining what the code is reading. They do not seem to have noticed you spying upon them.
I'm gonna kind of like duck back and then say, so that seems like a problem.
What's the problem?
There's a sorry, out of character question.
Sure.
But from branch rider training, like is
Yep.
web crawlers our term, branch rider term, or is that something I could use openly in this world?
You can use that openly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of web crawlers in there.
How did they get in here?
how many did you see?
I saw 3, I think you said. Four. I saw four. I saw four in there.
How did
From
they
looking-
even get in here? This place is supposed to be shielded, so Zepto can't find it. If there are web crawlers here, then Zepto knows. We've got to take them out now. And he literally just, without a moment's hesitation, cocks the rifle, runs into the room, just wow, just guns ablazing immediately.
Okay. Let's see.
I mean, I'll follow.
All right.
I will take a rubber chicken out. Get ready to move in.
Wonderful. So as you go in, the first immediate thing that happens is 3 of the 4 web crawlers immediately stop what they're doing. And you see the purple crackling energy that's going around them. Their 8 eyes just kind of all just like simultaneously just look up and look at all of you. And 3 of the 4 of them, the crackling energy just burns with an intense brightness about it. And you actually hear the grinding of gears, kind of like in the Transformers movie, as these things literally increase to twice their size. I'll adjust their energy, which is their hit points.
Okay.
Sorry. It is your action. In Branch Riders, we don't have an initiative roll. Literally, it is whoever wants to do the going goes first. We will do a rotation. Everybody gets 1 action. Then the bad guys go together. Because, again, it's about story, not crunch. So, who wants to take the first stab at the spiders?
I will tear the head off the rubber chicken. A bunch of sparks come out. And I'm going to throw a EMP grenade at
How many grenades did you have? I believe we said 5?
3. So I'm down to
Oh,
one.
I said 3. Okay. Yeah, go ahead, and with that, you're obviously going to be burning it. So I will say that it is an automatic success. What I would like you to do, however, is because there are 3 of them, just go ahead and give me an observant tools check.
Okay.
That will see how many of them are affected by this device.
I just dropped my dice all over the floor. Let's try this. Okay. Oh, wow. 3.
Hell yeah.
All right. So, as you throw the rubber chicken, which is still just wonderful,
So good. I love it.
what you kind of immediately notice is as you chuck this out and you are able to feel the that comes out of this little device, you notice that they don't shrink completely back to their original size, but you do know that the EMP was effective, as just some of the gears and servos, they kind of wince a little bit. Kind of like that, I tried to hit you with a rolled up newspaper, but damn, you're still alive. It's like that kind of like twitch with the mechanical spider.
Gross.
So, yeah. And terrifying.
Sick 'em.
All right. Next. When we go to you, Dutch.
I mean, Dutch has his tried and true way of dealing things. It's not the first time he's broken some kneecaps. Maybe the first time he's had to break 8.
Knees, really?
Yeah, they're just joints. Yeah, I mean, I think he's just gonna go for the nearest one and tackle it and try to just pull at these things until they fall apart.
Okay. I did just want to make one check-in. You don't have to reveal yourself, but I know that someone or more than one put cruelty to animals as a no-go. So please just type into our Zoom chat if it's cool that we're destroying mechanical spiders and that does not count for you as cruelty to animals. Just wanted to double check as far as my descriptions.
Sure.
So, Everyone seems cool. No one's like, my God, you monster. So I am assuming we are okay. All right. So you're going after one. Go ahead, Dutch. Give me a forceful fighting.
Forceful fighting. Okay, that is going to be actually 3d8, so I need to roll these one at a time.
Nice.
You don't have
7.
3d8s?
I only have one set of die on me right now. 7, 6, 7. Damn.
Woo!
I'm
Three
going crazy.
successes. Wow. Yeah, that actually is fantastic. You just go in and you tear two of the front legs off of this thing, and those nice little like data spike spindly like legs of the spider is efficient. You do this very, very nice flourish where you kind of just tear them off and then you swirl them around and you just kind of iron back in, and one of the web crawlers bites the electronic dust as it were.
I think it's,
and it
it's
just
full like bear roar as he does it.
nice. Uh, Go ahead, Haven.
Is there in this room, because there's the big power source, right? Is there any kind of console or anything that's connected to it?
Yes, there is a primary console. It is actually where the fourth web crawler has decided to kind of make its temporary home.
Okay. Oh. I think we just lost sound. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know what the hell is going on. Let me try tinkering. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Weird. I don't understand. Okay. Is it like am I wonder if my Mac is just kaput and it's overheating or something? Hold on. Cause nothing. Why? So we dropped frames? No.
Web crawlers got to the audio.
It said Ember's camera placement also moved at the same time. If that helps with
It
finding out.
did?
Oh, 100% on 100. Oh,
Oh.
they,
Oh,
I
I hear
jokingly
myself now?
said we're blaming the web crawlers and Tales of
I hear Jack
Pantheons. You
I
can?
hear Ember now. I'm hearing people in
Okay,
the
can
stream.
you hear me? Am I good? Okay,
Yeah.
sounds back. It sounds like.
All
Okay.
right. Thank you, Tales of
Jack.
Pantheons.
All right.
Yes.
Thanks.
All
Thank you,
right.
Douglas.
Yeah. Thanks, Douglas. So back to my question.
Yes.
Is there like how this console is connected? Basically, I'm trying to figure out if there's a way I can sneak over there and try to shut it down so this thing can stop stealing data.
Yeah, you can do this in a couple different ways. You can either do an observant or a knowledgeable science check, or tools if that would work better for you.
Let's see. Science and tools are the same, but I would rather do observant than knowledgeable.
Okay.
So do an observant. Does it matter between science and tools?
Not it might matter in the nature of the resolution, because those are basically my prompts of what to do in the story.
Let's go tools. So I'll do observant tools.
Okay.
Try to do this. Okay. All right. That's
Remember, your exposure is still a D8,
okay.
or your situation die, I should say.
Yeah. That is 2 successes.
Yeah, you are, you kind of scurry over, and again, it's not your forte necessarily, but you're trained operatives, right? There is no level 0 in branch riders. You are trained in how to do mission. So, you kind of go over and you're able to notice a number of jutting cables that are connected directly to the power source, and you're kind of like, okay, this is obviously the worst area for this thing to be in. So you just run over and just without a moment's hesitation, you just grab this main cable and just rip. Takes you a little while, which definitely doesn't make the web crawler very happy. Because you just kind of blue screened his weekend.
Yeah.
So, you are literally going to be the first person in the defense round. I would like you to roll me a creative plus fighting check.
Okay.
So it's creative fighting plus the situation die. This is a defense roll again. So you're going to need to roll at least 2 successes to avoid a condition.
That's 2 successes.
Woo. Fantastic. Yeah, what basically happens is the pincers, like the sucker just kind of comes down and just starts stabbing at you with its pincers, and you're kind of able to dodge as one of them just whizzes past your head, and you just hear this like this crackle, and it was clearly trying to EMP you as a person. So yeah, that kind of went out. All right, Dutch and Rauschenberg, I would like y'all to also give me some creative plus fighting checks.
Alrighty. And then we're at a D8 still. 4, 2, and 1. That's 1 success for Dutch.
All right. What about you, Rauschenberg? 2? All right. You are good, Dutch. You were kind of a little too close to the action going fisticuffs with one of these guys' friends. So this one zaps to you. The impact of the attack is more acute than you realized as you spy the web crawler sucking blood into its underbelly. You feel weak and struggle to keep yourself standing. You now have the condition of depleted.
Gross.
Yeah, so currently, Dutch, you have 2 basic conditions.
Yes.
If you would get hurt or depleted again, those would be advanced conditions. A player can only have 2 advanced conditions before they are no longer to do anything but talk and heal
Understood.
themselves. Okay?
This is
they're
what Dutch is here for.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's technically no death in Branch Riders unless you really want to play it that harsh, and I have. Yeah. This ain't no kid system. But yeah, that is the flow to the round. So it is now back to your initiatives, as it were. You do notice that some of the shot blasts that Stro is taking definitely have hurt another one. This is the one that was going after Dutch. So it's kind of like, get off of him. And it just kind of does a nice little shock blast. So, whoever would like to go next?
I will try. I can't kit bash during the middle of the fight, right?
Oh no, you can.
Okay.
Yeah, gifts are usable at any time unless, like, if you're wounded and you can't do physical action, then that might impact your gift. Or some gifts have like a power quotient to them. So if someone is depleted, they might not be able to use the energy of their gift, or at least that's the story explained of how the condition's impacting them.
Okay.
By the way, you feel another one of those tremors. This one's a little bit stronger.
Okay. So I'd like to try to kit bash from the broken spider. Um, What should I? Okay, I could try to make something to help Dutch, or do you think I should try attacking other spiders?
I think that's up to you. Dutch
Okay.
is
Say I can't have an
hero
opinion.
of
I'm
front
the
line,
GM.
know.
you know.
I considering Dutch is going down and I don't really have any combat. The
Yeah, me
meta part of me is like, if anyone else can hurt the spiders, let's go for it.
I will try giving a jolt to Dutch that will bring him back into the fight.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Wake me up a little bit.
Yeah. That's how you heal people, right? You zap them with electricity.
Oh, don't worry. I already have 4 different ideas of how this could go, depending on your role.
All right.
Got the defib on me.
So I would say go ahead and you can either give me a knowledgeable or creative, and then gift of the use of Kit Bash.
Okay. It's gonna be creative. Okay. 2.
All right. So one of the things that you know about web crawlers is the reason that the draining touch works so effectively is it's actually a mild sedative that the web crawler is able to administer to kind of get people away from it. So what you're basically able to do with the Kit Bash is you kind of work the inner chemistry of this thing where you're kind of like, wait a minute, all right, I got these pieces and it has this little like venom sac in it, whatnot, and basically you just kit bash this device that is able to kind of change the polarity, if you will, on the venom within the web crawler. And Dutch at first looks kind of like, what the hell are you doing, man? Like, no, trust me. And you just kind of like you just prick him with one of these pincer arms, and Dutch, you are no longer depleted.
Okay.
Poison impact is now gone.
Perfect.
Right.
I'm gonna try to kind of lure the one that's attacking me over to where everyone else is, so that we kind of have them grouped.
Okay. How would you like to do that? Are you just gonna be like, here, Spanish?
Yeah, essentially.
hey, you, 8 Eyes, get over here.
Yeah, listen.
All right. So attempting to lure, I'm going to say this is going to be a creative communication.
Okay. Ooh, that's my 10.
Hell yeah.
That is right. Communication is the key skill of the hype.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it is verbal, not physical, so you're not impacted by your hurt.
Oh shoot, I rolled
that
wrong
is
on my last fight roll.
2 successes.
Fantastic. Yeah, you are able to move the web crawler away from the computer console, and it's following you over towards the center of the room, where actually one of the things that you notice as you're getting closer to the center is you do notice that power cell is starting to pulse. Whereas before it was just solid, not like it's dying out or anything, but almost like there's the best connection that you can make is it kind of looks like a radar signal or a homing beacon.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
You hear another tremor stomp on the ground. Dutch, it's up to you.
All right. I think, I get pricked by Rosh, and I'm sitting there, and it's just like pumped up again, have the adrenaline back, and I think I grab this web crawler that just sucked the blood out of me and injected me with this sedative, and I swing it around, and I try to hit the other one with it.
It's clobbering time. Fantastic. Give me a creative fighting on that.
Creative fighting? All right.
Yep.
Let me... Okay, so this is... I realized I rolled my last fighting wrong because I was supposed to do a D4 for exposure because I'm hurt.
Story, not details.
So that is 2 failures already.
Oh boy.
Okay, I got 1 success on one of the d4s.
Succeed at a cost or fail forward?
Uh, you know what? I'm gonna fail forward on this one.
Okay. Um, so you grab one of you grab the web spider and you're like, yeah, suck on me, suck on this. And you just like grab it by its little spindles and you just like, trying to do like a little toss, toss, toss.
Yeah.
And you throw it over to the side, and as it goes, it actually clips one of its friends, the one specifically that was chasing Haven. And as it comes over, one of the spindle legs kind of rips through the center body, and actually, like a little data tape falls out from the inside of the device. It doesn't look like that injured it at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just dropped the little data pad out onto the floor. Okay, now I need everybody to give me an observant athletics check. Y'all's dodging webs.
I am good at observant, and I am very good at athletics. All right.
Now, these are physical, so if you do have the hurt condition, your situation die is a D4,
Right.
not the D8 of current.
5, 2, 4. Oh, thank God. That d4 scares me. All right. 2 successes.
I got 1
Okay.
success.
Okay.
I got 1 success.
All right. Unfortunately, Haven and Rauschenberg, you both now have also gained the gripped condition. Thankfully, you can still move. It's just a little bit sticky. If you get gripped again, you will upgrade your gripped condition to the advanced condition of immobile, which is bad news. So at this point, you definitely will. Any kind of physical man. Here's the good thing: you have 2 conditions that affect your movement, so it's not like it's worse. You're still just rolling no lower than a D4. So they
That's
have
good.
gone. They only,
Okay.
yeah, they only get, yeah. It's positive side of a dark
That's right.
situation.
Yeah.
So yeah, now back to y'all. The only one not gripped is Dutch and Stro. I was gonna say Stroud. I've been watching way too many Halloween documentaries. He takes a shot at the one that he was attacking, which removes another one from the field of battle, as he is like, wow, these are some pretty sweet weapons. And he actually, after shooting that, he actually goes to run and dash for the data pad. So it is now your action.
Haven, you want to go first this turn?
What? uh. So the grip isn't actually affecting anything mechanically. Yes.
Not really. I mean, at this
Okay.
point, you're hurt and gripped, so you're just moving a little bit slower. Your conditions, they don't cancel each other out, but they don't add to any additional sum game at this point.
Is there? Because I noticed the thing pulsing. That seems bad. Um, is there any sort of, now that I've dropped that spider off with the rest of them, is
Yep.
there anything I can do to kind of go over and sort of see what's going on with that power source?
Yeah, absolutely you can. What I'll do is we'll consider it's basically a mental roll, so I'd say you could do knowledgeable tools or knowledgeable science.
Okay. What is
And
this?
you are not affected by your condition, so your situation die is still a D8.
All right, let's do knowledgeable tools, and that is 2 successes.
Fantastic. So I got good news and bad news. As you go over to look at this little strobing effect now, as it seems to be pulsating, you immediately become aware at least of what it is signifying, but not exactly the why it is signifying it. So as you go over and you check the little area on the inside of like the tube, there's a little kind of inset inside of it, and as you go in, the monitor that's on the inside of this battery cell literally just says homing beacon established, envoy en route. Established time 20 minutes. And that is punctuated by another pound of the ground quake. Dutcher Rauschenberg, you're up.
All right. I'm gonna try spray painting the thing that is grabbing me. With the hole in the wall function.
I love it. I love it.
So yeah, right roughly where its head is, where its eyes are. I'll try spray painting it there.
Oh my God, that's so devious. I love it. Well, you can use the remainder of it to give it an automatic success, or you can roll to utilize the device and still have the remaining other charges.
I will use it up.
Okay. So you take this thing and you're just like, yeah, you ain't gonna be able to see nothing without no head. And you just immediately pull the can out and you just unload the remainder of this thing. Man, you have such great data for Gossamer about this because you just create immediately this hole and you don't even understand how it works. Hell, Gossamer doesn't understand completely how it works. But literally the head just disappears off of the device and just the carcass falls, spewing sparks down on the floor. And now there is only the web crawler that was distracted by Haven.
All right. I'm gonna go for that last web crawler then. I think, just clear out the room, and then we can take another look because, I mean, clearly somebody had to open this door, and I think we know who that was. Yeah. So I'm gonna try and just grab this last web crawler, and this is the one that got slightly cut open, right?
That is correct.
I think I'm gonna grab at like the augmented reality data and just pull.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I would say at this point, if you're grabbing to pull, that would definitely be either a forceful fighting, or forceful tools, because you're kind of using its own tech against it.
I'm gonna keep with forceful fighting.
Okay, I kind of thought you would.
Yeah, I should have made fighting my D10 instead of athletics. 7, 4, and 9.
Woo! Three successes. Nice. Yeah. Well, two things happen. One, the second thing that happens is not at all related to your die roll. So you take this shred of whatever it had, and you just grip it and rip it, and you just take this thing and just
I spin this thing like a Beyblade. Like
yeah, absolutely. Like without even breaking a sweat, you're just like, I have had enough of this web crawler bullshit. And you just grab it and just very dramatically you set it flying across the room, crashes into a wall, and immediately it is obliterated. And as you take a brief moment to celebrate in your victory over the web crawlers, it is fairly short-lived as you hear another thunderous crash on the ground and your exposure trackers jump to level 5.
Oh.
Oh.
Zepto is close, I think.
Yeah, and Stro has taken the data source that he had, and he is over at a computer console, and he's like, no, that son of a bitch, no!
Can I
just typing in
like
frantically to the computer.
What
a
happened?
heat
What do you
scan
do?
of the room?
That son of a bitch set it off. He set off the protocol.
What happens with the
I
protocol?
look, I don't have time to explain this right now. I
Okay.
gotta stop it.
Okay. You want any help?
You know about these kind of systems?
Let's see. Out of character, I have science at D8. Is that what I use here, or is that
what I will allow you to do if you would like
Mhm.
is you could give me a knowledgeable science roll,
Okay.
and this would be mental, so your condition does not affect, to be able to kind of, so this way you can kind of like monkey with whatever data he's fooling around with, and I will also allow that because you are from this realm.
Okay.
So
Cool.
you'll have like kind of we don't really have an advantage system because it's what the hell, it's a simple dice pool.
Right. I got two successes.
2 successes. Yeah, so you remember as a child that this was kind of like a legend that you were like, no, this can't be possible. Like, this cannot be real, but here it is. So apparently, your supposition was correct because as you're looking over the data, you do notice that an entry code was prompted and the username just happens to match the name of Morgan. And it just has ha 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 over and over again. So apparently, what Morgan has done is he has activated one of the protector robots that was being designed to help further protect the city from any type of invasion. And as you're looking through it, you barely believe that it's absolutely true, but he literally has commanded 100-foot kaiju robot, and it is heading straight for the core upon orders that when it arrives to literally stomp out Stroh's Landing.
Oh gosh. Okay, so it's coming after the core, not so much the place, or is it gonna target the place regardless?
It looks like the command that Morgan entered in was it is targeting the location. At this point, in the parlance of many idiots and ridiculous people in the world, he's done playing around. So, you know, I tried to just ask you to give it to me. You didn't, so now you're dying.
Yeah.
I'm killing all of you.
Okay, bad news. Giant robot coming to stomp on us. Other bad news. It's gonna get here soon.
You said that like
Estimated
there's good
time of
news.
arrival, 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Can we shut it down somehow?
If you send a command to start it, maybe we can. I'll look at Stro. You know if there's a way to do that?
Well, all we have to try to do is just establish some kind of, terminal connection to the power source, and maybe we can kind of send a rebound signal. And he looks over at the power terminal, and Haven, you kind of silently give yourself a forehead slap.
Yeah.
Because you're kind of like, shit, that's the console I ripped the cable out of.
Okay. So I could kit bash a new connection probably.
You absolutely can.
Okay. Let me try that. So I'll start getting pieces. I'm just like sorting through all the junk that's lying around, especially spider bot pieces, and
Yep.
trying to find connectors and stuff and see what I can do.
Stro just while you're doing your kit bashing, Stro just kind of turns around. He's like, I can't do any of this console. I got to make sure that all those kids are fine.
Yeah.
I got families here. I'm responsible for over 100 people.
Get them evacuated in case this doesn't work.
Where are they gonna go? That thing's huge.
I mean, it'll buy them some time at least. Okay.
Fine. And he just dashes out of the room.
Could I do a little scan with the glasses? I want to detect if Morgan is like still in the room. Basically, I want to put on like detective mode. Basically, I want to look for like footprints and stuff like that. I'm using my visual calculus skill from Disco Elysium.
Now I have to play that game. Yes, I will basically allow you to do an observant tools or an
Observant
observant
tools.
science.
Okay. Observant tools. And then our exposure die is a D6 now, right? Because it went up.
You are currently at level 5, I said. So let me
Yes.
just double check. I didn't bring one of those too. So you're still at a D6.
Oh,
You
still at a
will not
D6?
go to a D4 until you reach exposure level 7.
Gotcha.
Not that you're going to. I didn't want to scare anybody, but you know,
Not that you're
just in case.
Wait but a moment. That's a 6, a 4, and a 2.
All right, 2 successes. It's somewhat comedic that you are able to detect some footprints, and they do lead to a signature that your glasses are able to connect to. And it looks like a body laying on the floor in another room adjoining this one.
Okay. I mean, I'm just gonna walk over and make sure the deed is done.
Oh yeah, the web crawlers took care of that.
All right.
Yeah, his
I just light a
his mouth
cigarette
is
and
all
stare
kind of
into the distance.
frothy. Like if it was possible to see to your brain with your eyes rolling back into your head, he would have done it by now.
I'm
yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
think-
follow Dutch kind of over to see the body, and then I want to search the body to see if he has any like files or code, whatever the spider dropped something, right? Like maybe he has a similar sort of
Okay.
data device or something.
Nice. Observant tools again.
Okay. That is 2 successes.
Yes. So, scanning very kind of quickly through his pockets, you are able to actually notice, and it's kind of still a mystery of like how the hell the guy even found this in the first place or had this, because it looks very old and like kind of, it has scuffs all over it, and it's kind of like, very weather worn and things like that. But it's basically, again, you've had sufficient training. It is the code that allowed him to send the pulse to the robot. So it does contain the source code to connect to the homing of the robot. And you hear another thunderous step on the ground. Your exposure is now a D6.
It's
Which
at
is
level 6. so
at
it's
level 6, which is
Okay.
still a D6 situation die.
Could we, with this code, tell it to go somewhere else?
If you
we
had
could try.
if you had sufficient means to be able to power such an idea. Hey, Rauschenberg, what was it you were working on?
Yes. Okay. So this
Maybe
is.
we could send it up to one of the cloud cities. Knock them down a peg.
Oh my god, you're evil! You are not the agent of karma. You are restoring the balance, sir. That's all I'm saying.
Let's see. So, is this creative or knowledge?
I will allow you to choose. I mean, it's a gift no matter what, so you can be either it's knowledgeable or creative.
The creative Kit Bash D6 for situation. Oh, 3.
3 successes.
Yes.
Yay.
Oh, wow, fantastic. As people were like, man, as a GM, stretch it out. No, the die decide what the story is, man. All right, so you basically take a number of different sources of materials and whatnot. You basically are like ripping some of the data transfer modules out of the web crawlers. You're able to basically take those to the transponder, and as you're kind of plugging this in, just mentally, you're kind of like Willem Dafoe in Boondock Saints, or Sherlock Holmes, Robert Downey Jr., where you're literally like, okay, so if I do, go ahead and pulse this or reverberate this sound, and then we can use the considerate pout source from here, and then I have the energy basis on the energy drain attack from the web crawler. Like, you're just putting all this stuff together into stacks and racks, and you just kind of plug it through, and just instinctively, you just hold your hand out, and you're like, Haven, disc.
And then I hand the disc over.
Yep. So Haven just chucks it over to you and just You grab it, slam it in, and you just immediately just keystrokes aplenty. You hit the send message, and you see the homing beacon change color from kind of the strobe effect that it had, where the entire screen just lights up red, and the power source also takes that coloration, and it just says abort, abort, abort. Two things happen. One, you feel the largest tremor that you have felt during this whole encounter. And then your branch rider's exposure trackers immediately go to 1. Mission complete.
Wiping the sweat from my brow.
So at this point, you realize you're in the best possible scenario to be able to take care of what you needed to take care of.
Again? Yeah, it happened again. It did. What is going on? I think this Mac version is no bueno. Alright, hold on. I think I know what I need to do. Okay. Check. No, that's not good. Try application. Get rid of this one. And that one. Oh, no. Alright, application, zoom. Okay. Check. Damn it. It's wrong. Why? I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry. That. Check this one. Desktop application. Zoom. Okay. Check. Oh.
Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2.
Oh, there we go.
Back.
Check.
Check.
We're getting it back.
Are we back?
Zip.
Pantheons? Are we back?
Okay, I can hear it now. Yeah.
Alright.
You can hear us again?
Yeah, we're back.
Okay. So, with the mission being over, we're going to end kind of as I prophesized in the beginning. For those of you who missed, we just sent the homing out there. I'm pretty sure that got out to everybody, that the mission was completed. Then we went back to Nexus headquarters. So what we normally do to close any branch rider section is we're going to do highlights and spotlights. So a highlight is a moment from the adventure that your character engaged in that you just thought was the coolest thing, like the most awesome moment. And then a spotlight is something that at least one of your fellow players did that you thought was a really cool moment in the story. So that's kind of how we kind of celebrate. Then I just, if we have time, just overall thoughts about your experience playing the game for the first time. And then I'll throw my final plugs in. And I think Bob's your uncle. We're kind of good. So Ember, you want to start us with highlights and spotlights?
Sure. Highlights. It's not a good moment, so I don't know if it counts as a highlight. But I feel like my favorite moment was trying to talk to the miners at the beginning and just completely offing it.
I love a fail forward.
Yeah, so that was a lot of fun. Spotlights. I think that ending was great. Michael kind of like kind of getting that all together in the last minute. You know, it's very cinematic. I like that a
Yeah,
lot.
the swordfish moment.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Bailey, what about you? Highlights and spotlights.
I think my highlight for Dutch's actions was everything around Captain Anders. uh, the talking to him and being like, "Oh, okay, yeah. So you're the new commander," and then using that against him when we got into uh, the base, and telling
Yeah.
everybody there, being like, "Oh yeah, use this. Talk to him directly." Um, I had a
Nice.
lot of fun with that, and I think spotlights. I think I have one for each because I really
Do
love
it.
Rauschenberg's last like tech moment because that's such a like climax of the story. Like this is exactly how this should go, going off of all of these genres, and it's his home dimension. It's exactly what should have happened there. And then I don't know if it picked up on stream, but the Haven writing fan fiction about
Yes.
people
Yeah.
is such a great characterization
Yes.
that like I know we were so mission focused in this, but
Yeah.
I wanted to see more of that. I love that so much. And then
Nice.
just Haven going like fully into the thing and just being like, oh, this isn't working. I'm A15. I love a
I
fail
like
forward.
it. I like it. Michael, what about you, sir? Highlights and spotlights.
I liked coming up with the fact that all of Rauschenberg's weapons have bird gizmo
Yes.
themes for whatever reason, like that. I think that I would take that going forward with him just pulling out random bits of cultural detritus to use.
Oh, that was awesome.
And then, yeah, spotlights definitely for Dutch. I think it was all the interaction with Morgan and just the mix of escalation and absolute like turnaround there. That was so crazy. And yeah, I was gonna shout out Haven's fanfic, but I think also I liked how she like really pulled together at the end there, helped us out.
Yeah. So, I mean, as far as me, I'll say it was definitely an absolute blast to run for y'all. I especially loved showcasing this system for new players.
Yeah.
Also, just meeting new people. I mean, what better way to break bread than to break web crawlers? But so I mean, I did want to ask, what were your folks' thoughts about the system? I mean, being the it's definitely not your typical story path system. We definitely don't use the D20 for any reason. But what did you all think about Brand Traders for your first time playing it?
I really like how simple it is. It was really intuitive as like someone new coming in. Like both with I mean, I know we didn't do this on the stream, but the character creation side of it, as well as actually playing the system, I felt was very easy, intuitive, and doesn't get as much. It kind of felt like even though I didn't really know the system or the worlds that much, I could kind of jump in and
Okay.
not feel like I'm getting bogged down by a bunch of lore and rules and different stuff. And there is lore, but it also having everyone come from these different worlds, it didn't feel weird that I don't know everything about the terminal because I'm not from there, which is
Wow, that I have to say, Ember, that is probably one of the most valuable pieces of feedback that I've ever gotten. I tell the story all the time that initially when I was like, "Hey, Rich, we have this idea for this role-playing game, and it's going to be 8 different settings in one game," and Rich thought we were crazy. It's just like, really? That's even Eddie was
yeah,
like, that's quite a lot. But hearing that, it makes even more intuitive, natural sense. Thank you. That
yeah.
is unintended design. So, all right. Uh, was that all? Did you have any other thoughts?
Um, I just also I think kind of just the way that the eight worlds sort of work together, because I think I had the same thought when I first heard about it, and I was like, when we were going over the different realms and they're so different, and I'm like, how am I going to role play, you know, someone from sort of this one, the superhero realm in the same game as
Yep.
these other people. And so I do think it was cool how those came together and how it didn't make it feel out of place, and we were able to sort of have those
Awesome.
distinct knowledge bases and personalities but still work together in one game.
Mhm.
Awesome. Bailey, what are your thoughts about branch riders?
Uh, I mean, I just had a blast playing this. I love the. I mean, we already kind of covered this, but like, I am once again a big fan of having the 8 different dimensions and having them be so different. Um, because I think it leads to some really unique kind of interactions. Because it's like, yeah, Dutch is from the boroughs, so he's like this noir enforcer guy, and now you're dropping him into this futuristic Terminator esque dystopia, and it's like, how is that going to work? Okay, well, you go talk to you go talk to Gossamer. She'll get you all settled. She's basically
Yep.
like your. I love all of the. It felt so like being in the Nexus felt so. I know we were only there for a little bit, but felt so alive with
Mhm.
these specific characters.
Yeah.
Like
Nice.
I love Gossamer. I love Dolores. I love that there's like like you just kind of dropped a little bit of history between Dutch and our assigning officer. Um, I mean I cannot say enough good things about um, the character creation. I mean, we went into character creation that time, and we were like, oh, it's gonna be short, and then I spent like 2 hours on call with you just talking about it. I had a great
Yeah.
time. But it is so simple, and while it seems kind of crazy because of how many different things that it could be to juggle,
Mhm.
it once you get into it, it just kind of clicks.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Michael, wanna finish this off there before I throw my obligatory plugs and then we do sign offs and stuff?
Yeah. So I played a lot. I think I mentioned this in character creation. I played Torg. I played Rifts. I play a
Yep.
lot of games with similar kind of, not the same, but like the idea of being a kitchen sink setting where you have multiple dimensions or realities or whatever that you can view from and interact with. I think that the strength of this was because of the immediacy of the system, which, as we've noted, everybody clicked into pretty quickly. Um, the embodiment or the representation of those places comes through the characters chiefly. So you don't have to have somebody sit you down and say, okay, here's the lore of this place or the lore of that place. It's just like you can have them be personified uh, with the
Oh,
variety of characters. And yeah, having that interaction is always a lot of fun. Seeing genre on genre, or like finding the parallels and the contradictions. That's always really fascinating to me. And yeah, I love the simplicity of the system. It's pretty elegant, and I think the escalation or I'm sorry, I'm getting the term
the
wrong.
exposure.
Exposure stuff is really cool because yeah, that's like a clear tension meter. You know, it's like things are getting bad, things get better, things get bad, it's better, and having that actually be a mechanic is real smart.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
eh, thank you incredibly, and just everybody out there who's been observing. Hope that you all enjoyed that as
Mm-hmm.
well. I think I mentioned earlier, and again, I'm very good on timing. Travis can tell you that because Travis is like, oh, okay, beautiful outro.
Mm-hmm.
So again, if you enjoyed what it is that you're seeing and you want to give Branch Riders a try, like I said, it's a very simple system. If you played more complicated role-playing games, it's very intuitive. It was designed with new and veteran players alike. So you can, of course, go to www.branchriders.com. It will contain all of the links for you to get all the materials that you need, your core rulebook, your condition cards, your exposure tracker in either print on demand or PDF format. We will in the next week or so be releasing on Drive-Thru RPG our facilitator's guide that I mentioned a little bit earlier. And also, if you really kind of dug it, if you're able to join us tomorrow at 12:30 on the Twitch Onyx Path Twitch channel, I'll be in a panel with Rich Thomas, basically talking about what's next for Branch Riders. We have a lot of very cool surprises for professionals and players. We're going to have basically how to play trainings so you can learn how to utilize the system if that is your bent. But as you can see, there was nothing therapy about what we did tonight, and that was kind of the point of doing actual places. We, even though we designed it with that in mind, we always want people to know that first and foremost, we wanted not to design a therapy game, but a game that can be used for therapy. So this is a game first and foremost, and if you're into narrative, if you're into storytelling in your RPG, this system gives you all the tools to do that. And didn't even touch on the book, which has a ton of, every realm has its own lore section. We've given you sample blights, a ton of gifts, rules for creating all of your own customized stuff. It's a great system. We had an absolute blast making it. I always want to say, in memoriam, the system was in memoriam of Dave Johnson, one of our designers, who we sadly lost in 2022 to a degenerative heart condition that had plagued him for years. We did it, Dave, and it's here, it's alive, it's breathing, it's out there. So that's kind of all that I think I had. And if you get a chance, check the links to donate to Bodhana if you like what we do and who we are. You want to support therapeutic gaming programs, please donate to us. The money goes to a good cause. And if you'll be at Origins the week of June 17th through the 21st, we will be at booth 1502 selling copies of Branch Riders and some other ephemera that we have for fundraising. So that's all the plugs I had. As always, I am Bodhana Jack on Discord, and you can also please join the Discord server for Onyx. We have an entire Branch Riders channel in there that also keeps folks updated. That's me. Did anybody want to give their shout outs, social medias, where people can find you? Ember, you want to start us off on that?
Sure. I'm Ember. Find me on Instagram at Keepa-chan Cosplay. And also, this was a blast playing Branch Riders, but if you want to see more of me and Bailey, watch our Scion game, Saints and Sinners, on the Tales of Pantheons channel. Yeah.
Fine. Bailey, what about you, sir? Where can people find you?
Hello once again. Fare thee well. You can find me at the.flexferguson on TikTok and Instagram. But all you're gonna find there right now is the stuff that I'm doing with Ember and all of the rest of our wonderful party in Saint the Sinners on the twitch.tv/Tales of Pantheons channel. Please come check us out. And thank you once again, Jack. I cannot say enough good things about this system. I've had a blast tonight.
Thank you. And might I also say, as you can see my Manos the Hands of Fate painting behind me, I love Flex Ferguson. It sounds like one of the names for the main character in Space Mutiny. Blast hard cheese, Flex Ferguson. It just totally sounds like that there. What about you, Michael? Where can folks find you?
I don't really have a social media presence. I try to stay away from that. But I will probably be lurking around in future Onyx Path streams. I'm hoping to get another adventure campaign going. But yeah, I'll be bopping around for a while.
All right. Well, as usual, thank you all for joining, allowing me to be your introduction to Branch Riders. Thank you also to Onyx Path for putting on the virtual con again this year. Thank you, Travis, for organizing and setting up all of this. My God, I can't even imagine this spreadsheet.
Yes.
Thank you. That's I think all. Did anybody have anything else to say? Any kind of pause for the cause? Look at me, like taking control, like I'm moderating or something.
Shout out Onyx Path for putting this whole dang thing together.
Yeah.
What a wonderful
Yes.
con.
Yeah.
15 years, baby.
Yes.
Woo woo.
Woo.
Yeah. Smash that like and subscribe button. I guess you have to say that right, isn't
And
that?
make sure you ring that little bell.
This session not sponsored by League of Legends.
Riot, if you want to give me money, I've stopped playing your games, but I will do it again if you pay me.
Thank you all. Be well, sleep well, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow for all the panels and closing ceremonies.
Great.
Bye.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thank you so much.